Hey guys, and welcome to our YouTube channel.
Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube video.
Yeah,
So today's topic is how we met.
exactly. We'll be telling
Right.
you the details and everything about how we met.
Yes, and it's a sort of a long story because we are a very international couple, and in our home countries it would be impossible to meet for the two of us. So it
Exactly.
was God's miracle to let
Ex-
us meet.
Exactly. Like
Mhm.
he's from
I'm
Hungary,
from
I'm from
Hungary,
Zimbabwe, we're living in
Zimbabwe.
Germany. He's also German.
I'm
Hungarian German.
I'm a Hungarian German, yes.
I'm just Zimbabwean.
Uh, Yet,
Yeah, I'm still
still,
Zimbabwean.
yes, yes.
Okay, so yeah. Okay, I'll
So,
start. I'll start, and then you tell us your story. I'm like interested in hearing your side of the story. Or do you want to
of course,
start?
of course.
Or do I start?
No, no, you can start. You can
Okay,
start.
ladies first.
Ladies first, yes.
Okay, so how we met. Hmm. So we I don't know how I can start by talking about this situation, because also how I came to Germany is also something that's like a whole crazy situation. I was working in Zimbabwe, living my life there, but I didn't like my job and I didn't like the salary that I was getting. And at my age, I thought I should be getting more, I should be investing, I should be doing something. And I just got frustrated with the situation. And then I just started calling embassies, asking for opportunities, because I was working in an office, but still the salary wasn't enough. I was also on the side, I was selling wigs, like hair like this, so that I get more money. And I didn't like selling. I don't know, because I felt like sometimes it would be like I'm always asking, begging, like please buy my stuff, and I didn't like it. But on the other part, when I would make profit, it would be like, yay, I can't wait to continue selling. And sometimes, even now that I'm here in Germany, I sometimes miss the idea of hustling, being a hustler and selling things. But anyway, I was working in my office in Harare, and I had a landline in the office that I worked in. So I was frustrated because I had just gotten my salary, and like at that point in time, like the company now pays a little bit more, but at that point in time, like things were so hard, so much that when you would change your the money that you get, I think it was bond notes at that time, I'm not sure, or RTGS. I think it was probably RTGS or bond notes, I don't know. But when you'd convert it to US dollars, so as to make to see how much money you'd have, at that point in time I was earning something like 20 US dollars. Yeah, per month.
20. Mm.
20 per month.
Yeah, that's hard. That's a hard life. Mm.
Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't that bad because like the money could buy things and stuff, but still, it was just not for me. Because compared to my side hustle that I made when I'm not going to this job, I would make a lot of money. Like if I would sell a wig, I would get maybe $100 or something like that, or more, depending on how long the wig is and stuff like that. So I just got frustrated and started calling embassies, because I was thinking, how can I go to one of the richest companies, because richest countries, I was just looking at rich countries in Europe or something like that, and I'm thinking, how can I go to the richest countries when I don't have maybe a relative where I can go to, or a job, or anything basically. So I called the United Kingdom embassy, like not the whole of the United Kingdom. No, I think I yeah. No, I did. I called the British embassy.
What did they say?
They said that it's not possible. And then afterwards, I think I only knew about the British. I know the United Kingdom is big, but I just called the British embassy. And then afterwards, I called the French embassy. But at that point in time, they had like certain time frames whereby only French citizens had to call that time. And I was not a French citizen, I only studied French. So they're like, no.
A bit.
Exactly, a bit. And they're like, no, this time is not for you. You should call after this time or before this time. And yeah, they couldn't talk to me. And then I called the German embassy because yeah, it was also one of the richest countries that I could see on Google at that point in time. And then it so happened that the person who answered the call that day was super friendly. They started telling me all these different opportunities that one can use to come to Germany. And I now even assist people to also come to Germany. And they were telling me all these things, and I was writing it down, like age barriers and stuff like that, and all these opportunities, the things that you had to have. And I was noting it down. And after that call, I think it was like maybe 15 minutes or something like that of me just getting information. And then I started researching more, and then I was like, yeah, I'll move to Germany. Yeah. That's how it happened.
Yeah, so at that time in history, I was already here in Germany, but just for a few years, practically.
What do you
So
mean a
in
few years? You're already
few
here
years,
like for like 10 years or
I don't
9
know,
years.
maybe 12 or something.
12 years.
Today, yes.
Now it's like 12
Now
years.
it's like 12 years.
So
or
that
something
time
like that.
it must probably, maybe that time you were here for like 9 years or
9,
something.
8 or 9
But
years.
still,
I
he
don't
was
know.
already like a German guru, like he was he was doing his
Yeah,
thing.
I was already working for a few years here.
Yeah, and I was
But
struggling back home.
it was I have a different story. I didn't want to leave my country or something like that.
Okay,
It's
you tell us your story after I finish my story.
okay.
I'm like interested in your story.
Very good.
Okay, at that point in Zimbabwe, I also had an ex that I was dating who wanted to marry me.
Nobody wants to know about that.
Baby, but it's my story.
Okay,
Like they
tell
want
your
to know
story. Tell us your
everything. Maybe.
story.
Didn't you also have an ex or something?
Maybe, I don't
Ah,
know.
you're like maybe.
I've already forgotten everything about it.
Okay, so the only thing that you can remember is me.
Yes, so it is.
Okay, I had like a couple of exes. I'm not going to lie, but I was waiting for you. Yeah, so I had one ex. Yeah, that one was a terrible ex. Yeah, he like, why did I break up with that one? I think it was because he was a liar. Yeah, he used to lie. He was a serial liar. Everything that would just come out of his mouth were all lies. So with that one, it didn't last. And I actually told him about me wanting to move to Germany. And he was saying, hey, let's first move to South Africa. We get settled a little bit. And then afterwards, we move to Germany, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, no, my heart is just telling me go straight to Germany. Why would I want to go to South Africa first and then go to Germany? I just didn't like it. Plus, I didn't also understand how people went to South Africa and all these things. Plus, considering that the rand, the money in South Africa, rands, is below the euro in terms of value, I was like, why should I go for to go and get money that is a little bit below value compared to euro? Because like in euros, if you get 100 euros, it's almost 2,000 rands. So it's better if I go to Germany, even if I don't get a good paying job, the money is still a little bit more than the money that I'll probably get in South Africa. So, but he wanted that. And then eventually I found out that he was flirting with a girl in South Africa on his phone. Mm,
That's a no-go.
yeah.
That's a no-go.
And I made him pay. Like
Ah,
literally. Yeah, he ended up being a stalker, but I thank God because I feel like every experience just helps you grow. Because of that stalker situation, I started like praying to God. I'm thinking, God, I need a specific person in my life. So I started writing I started praying to God, writing a prayer about the specific person that I wanted. And apparently my husband here meets
me.
all the points
Thank God for that.
that I wrote. I think I'll share with you a picture of what I prayed for and the details of the kind of person that I wanted because I'm super choosy. I was super choosy. And yeah. Do you think I'm choosy?
I don't know. I'm happy you choose me.
Aww.
Mhm.
Okay, so yeah, I wrote a prayer and then I wrote to God what I wanted, but still, my process to come to Germany took a little bit of time because I don't know, COVID came, things were a little bit complicated. Then I met this guy from my circles. Apparently, I do not usually date people from my circles. So you have to be like someone from a little bit far away, from a distance. You don't have to, I used to have a list when I was dating that you don't have to be someone who stays near my area. You don't have to be someone who's near my friend group or my church or like near anything to do with me. I don't know how I met people,
Mhm.
but I just dated like people from, yeah, not in my circles. And I eventually ended up dating someone from my circle because that person was a little bit persistent. Like they asked me out, I said no, and then they came the second time, but this second time they were like, the way you're looking at me,
Uh,
the
I'm
way
just
you're looking
listening.
at me.
Just listening.
Okay. So the second time that person came, they were like, I don't want to date you for like dating you. I want to marry you. So I want to date you for marriage. So I eventually said yes. He ended up meeting the person. Like my ex.
I did. That's true.
Yeah, because the
I
person
met
was in
him.
my circle. It wasn't my intention though. Like
Yeah.
he found out.
I found out, yes, I had this feeling with that guy, with a very, very big guy I was introduced to practically.
Well, the thing is, we were in my circle, right? I'm not going to say which circles as such, but we were in my circle. I was introducing him to a lot of people because at that point in time, like he was in Zimbabwe because of Lobola and the wedding and stuff like that. And I was introducing him to a lot of people. And then afterwards, I was like, babe, do you know what? You met my ex in one of those circles that we were in. And then immediately he told me, yeah,
Yeah, not immediately. I had to think about it, but I had this feeling by the guy because you can see on a guy's face if you robbed him on a girl or something like that. So yeah, that's why he hasn't didn't had an honest happy face as we met. Yes.
what do you mean an honest, happy face?
That's what I felt.
Yeah, but that was like way after, because with this ex of mine, it was like way after he met my husband. But how did you know? Because what happened is I told him in general, I was like, babe, when we were in this group, the people I was introducing you to, one of the people was my ex. And you know what? It didn't even take him. Yeah, you said it took some time, but I think it took him like 1 to 2 minutes. And then he told me,
Maybe.
was it the guy with this and this and that? And then I was like, yes, how did you know? But I didn't know. I couldn't
I
say it.
already know her type, and that's
No,
why.
but you guys are totally different.
I don't know.
Really? Yeah,
Mm,
because like how can you know if it's my type or not? Like just by meeting someone.
because I knew you.
No, but I feel like I'm an extrovert. I'm like your opposite. And you're like,
Hmm.
hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyway, yeah, he knew my ex directly. So that ex he was a really nice person, a genuine person and stuff. But I told him, because when I met him, I was already starting this whole German thing. I think when God knows, he knows, because I didn't know that the reason why I really want to go to Germany is because I would meet like my husband. I just felt like I really want to go, I really want to leave this country and stuff like that. And with that ex, he was telling me, no, you don't really have to go. There are options, there are this, there are that, and so on and so on. And I told him, it's either you're coming with me to Germany or we're not even dating. So he lied to me. He told me, okay, we'll date for the purpose of marriage, and then we'll go to Germany together, and we'll see how things go. That was the deal. And then after some months of dating, I think maybe four or something months, he's telling me, he now wants to eventually move out, prepare for marriage and things like that. And then I told him, are we still going to Germany? Because at that point, I was advancing my papers. Like the preparation of Germany was in play. Everything was in play that I'm going to this country. I was like focused, right? And then he tells me, no, maybe we can get married first and then eventually we'll see. So, me knowing the Zimbabwean culture, there's no way that I'll get married to someone and then afterwards I'll be like, hey, husband, bye, choose. Auf
Mm.
Wiedersehen. I'm now going to this country because the Zimbabwean culture is like a little bit more patriarchal. So if you're doing something, you have to do it with your husband, like in agreement. So when he said no, and I told him, I told you I wanted to go from the get go, he's now telling me stories. I then just broke it off with him. But it was a good breakup, like good understanding and stuff like that. So this face that my husband is talking about, I don't know. Maybe I didn't see it. I don't
Hmm.
know. So eventually, that's when I eventually left German. And I eventually left and went to German in COVID time. That's God just had his hand on this whole thing, because during COVID, planes weren't flying and stuff. But then there was a pause whereby planes started flying. And then I went to Germany. And then I heard my mom saying there's now a lockdown. Planes are no longer flying again. And I'm like, hmm. So I was here with my face mask, walking around in Germany.
Yeah. So at
Yeah.
that time in history, I was already here in
Yeah.
Germany,
He was already here, like working, doing his thing.
working for a few years
Yeah.
already.
Okay,
And
so that's like
yeah,
my small background, and then I came to Germany. So let's hear his background, and then we'll tell you, boom, 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 boom,
boom, boom, boom.
boom, how it happened.
Yes. So my story has an other background, so to say. I didn't wanted to leave my country, never attended to do so, but so back in time, there it was a hard time getting a job in Hungary. So and my parents practically lost their job too, and they were searching in other countries for a job, and they found jobs here in Germany. So and I was still at a university, tried to end it somehow, but it didn't work. So I the best choice I had was to follow them to here to a new country. So
But you
that's
didn't
how I
want to
did.
come.
I didn't never thought about leaving Hungary.
But I
I
asked
thought
you like afterwards, would you want to go back? Like, would you want us to
no,
go
no,
back?
no.
He's
I'm
like,
happy
no,
with my
I want
choice.
I want to stay in Germany.
Yes, yes. I'm happy with my choice.
Yeah,
That's
but
true.
Hungary is
That's
beautiful
true.
though. Like Budapest is super clean. You can literally sit on the street in the street, like on the ground, because of how clean it is. I had never seen like such a clean city like that.
yeah, maybe we were in the good parts of Budapest, probably.
Yeah, like where there's the castle and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah. Yeah, so leaving the country was hard to make to me, so to say. I still love Hungary. I'm still buying stuff there or getting presents from the country and so on. I
Yeah,
have
because
relatives there.
he made me buy him presents that he wanted for his
Yes,
birthday
yes.
from Hungary.
Hungarian sausages and so on.
Yeah, I was
Mhm.
just the finance minister, and he was just. I don't know. I don't know because I'm used to a country whereby when it's your birthday, the other person surprises you. Like you say surprise, and then you have like a whole
Mhm.
present showing like what you're not expecting. But according to the European culture, like they say specifically what they want, and then you just buy them what they want, and then like he's happy.
That's
He's
that's
like,
the easier way, so to say.
so you think I can't surprise you
Ah,
with,
you can.
but it's
But I
easier.
like the sausages. I wanted the sausages. So
Yeah, they're really nice, like Hungarian sausages. Mwah. But in Zimbabwe, we also have like our country style sausages, which are also.
They are nice too.
Mhm. Okay, so yeah, he made me buy things from Hungary that he wanted for his birthday. That's how he still loves the things from his country. Okay, explain.
Yes.
How it's leading to how you met.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
That's our goal.
Yeah.
So I followed my parents and I ended up redoing my studies here practically in Germany, and then afterwards I was in a dual system. So I was studying and working, and afterwards, as I had my certificate.
After you graduated.
After I graduated, I got a job, and then I was working here, and I liked the possibilities here in Germany and how the working culture is and so on and
The
so
financial
on. So
stability.
the stability, of course, yeah. So after I think 8 years or something like that, I ended up to make me a German citizen too. So that's why.
He's
Yeah,
the
because
German
I was
citizen.
thinking, I was thinking I want to marry a nice girl here in the
Aw.
country, and for that you need the paperwork done too, and it's easier if you are a citizen.
Yeah,
So
like
I was already preparing for a life as a husband back
which is sweet.
that time. Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
but finding someone was a most hard part of that.
Aw.
Yeah, I was searching long for someone who wants a long-term relationship, who wants something for a lifelong. I had uh, some exes, so to say, too, but it never lasted long because we didn't know. I don't know. I was um, partly still back in school, so to say. We didn't know how we could then do it a lifelong and so on and so on. So it was not easy. And then if you are in a big city, then finding someone beside a job, full-time job, it's a challenge. It's a
Yeah,
big
like we were
challenge.
both working in Berlin. Berlin is big. If I tell you how big it is, like you could be going to work and going back home, the distance it takes you to go to work, sometimes it can even last an hour or more than an hour, and you're just still in Berlin. Like you're traveling for a whole hour with like a train that is fast, and you're just still in Berlin. You haven't even left like that city, so that's how big the city is. So yeah, so I understand.
Yeah. So I was searching online too, and practically we got liked each other on an online platform.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
we just started
somehow
talking. Huh?
we just
Okay.
started talking. Yeah, but somehow she wrote on her profile that she doesn't like to cook. And I was, of course, thinking, that's the best wife material because because it's a non-cooking wife who wants more than that, Mhm. but still at that time, so, and I like to cook, and because I like to eat practically, and that's why that I think that was my first sentence. I wrote her that I like to cook too, and yeah, it seems to be interested for her too. And
So apparently, not only that, he's like skipping some parts. Apparently, like I told you, I had prayed to God. In fact, I started praying for my husband like way back when. In fact, I think there used to be a song. There is a song by musicians in Zimbabwe called the Charambas, Maya and Baba Charamba, where it says, Ishe Jesu baba murume wangu achazondiroora nditungamirei, like whereby you're like praying to God that he should lead you to your person. So it's like something that I had prayed for like way back when. So it was also on my list that I want a husband who cooks, because I can cook, but I just don't like to cook. So not only cooking, it's not only about cooking. I also wanted a lot of things. I wanted like a prayer partner, someone whom I can pray with. And I like the fact that we pray together. And sometimes when I'm feeling weak and I don't want to wake up in the morning on a Sunday to go to church, he'll come to me and he'll be like, what time should I wake you up so that we go to church like today? And then I told him the time. He was so sweet. He's like waking me up. He was already prepared. So I wanted like what do you call it, the priest of my household, to be a person, a man who prays. And I also wanted like a manly man, and I like how manly you are. Yeah, I had like a whole list. I'm just saying bits and pieces, but I had like a whole list of things that I wanted. Someone who's smart, like, and yeah, I'll show you the list. I think maybe I'll put it during the video or something like that, but I had a whole list, y'all. So, but the main things, the main two things that I wanted is for the person to be a Christian, for the person there to love God. That was the most important thing, and that he's tall. I like tall guys. And that he cooks. So he started with the cooking part. Like he started talking to me about the cooking part.
yes, that's true.
Yeah.
So and then we were talking, I don't know, maybe a few days or a few weeks, and at that time I was moving to
we
a
were
new
hardly
place.
talking.
And that's why I didn't have that much time. And she told so I didn't I didn't. I almost lost her practically before I even get to know her.
That's the juicy part. That's the juicy part. So what happened is this: we started talking, right? He came to me like the first way. His first impression was he came in hot. He's like telling me that he cooks. I'm thinking, and he's telling me he's from Hungary. Apparently, I do not know a lot of Hungarians, and he was, I think, the second person I met from Hungary, like in the whole of Germany, ever since I came here. And at that point, I'd been in Germany for maybe a little bit more than a year, just a little bit more than a year. And yeah, because at first I came, I was concentrating on finding a good job, and then I found a good job, thank God. And then I got accommodation. I was getting settled in, making my place really comfortable. I was living in my one room, so I had to like make it like sort of like with my bed, and I had a couch and I had a TV on the front. It was so cute. I was like making my place my home, you know. So at that point, like the first part of me coming to Germany, I was getting myself comfortable. So now when I got myself comfortable, I was like, okay, now that I'm comfortable, I'm working, I'm doing my thing. Now I can like meet my person and stuff. And then he came in hot, telling me that he can cook. And he was sweet, like to be honest, very sweet, very sincere. He still is sweet.
I'm still sweet.
Sometimes. But what happened is he just vanished. He ghosted me.
I didn't.
Yeah, it felt like it. It felt
So
like
I had to work for it, so she doesn't or doesn't feel ghosted at that
yeah,
time.
because like at that point in time, like he was like, yeah, at that point it felt like he was ghosting me, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, so I had to convince her, so to say, to that I have honest plans
Yeah.
with her.
He was nice because yeah, at that point it was just for me. I was tired at that point. I think I was tired. And that in that week I had like 4 dates.
4 dates.
4 dates, and he's calling me, being like intentional. Hey, how are you? I want to take you out. I told him, like, I was honest. To be honest, I was just honest. I was like, I'm tired. This week I had 4 dates. And he's like, 4 dates? I usually talk to people like once at a time or twice, 2 people at a time, never like 4 people. You're talking about 4 dates, so that means like if I'm to ask you out, I will be number 5. But at the end of the day, weirdly, he like planned this beautiful, beautiful date, and we went out. I didn't know what to expect. Apparently, like some people here in Europe, they are just, I don't know if I can say the culture. I don't know. Some Germans, I don't know. They just they can ask you to go out and they'll take you walking all over the place. I don't know for how long. Or they can say we go out and they want you to pay like for your food like 50-50 and stuff like that. I don't do that. I don't pay for my food if I'm to go out with someone. So
Yeah. So she doesn't do still doesn't do that.
yeah, because I feel like I should be treated like a lady, like a princess, like a
Mhm.
queen. I can't be like bathing, looking good, spraying perfume to go out and meet a guy and then pay. Like, for me, it just didn't make sense. So I didn't have to tell him this whole thing. He was just a gentleman, like from the get go. Up until now, he's still a gentleman. He still opens my
Trying.
doors. He still opens my chair before I sit. He takes the jacket like when I'm wearing it to help me take it out. It's just so sweet. I like the princess treatment that he gives me. Like, I don't have to ask. He just does that. He's so beautiful. So that time, he asked me on a date. He took me to a theater, which I loved because I liked the fact that he put in so much effort. Before that, I had only gone to one theater because of work, like a work environment kind of thing. And we had gone to this thing and I was excited about it. But like the fact that this guy, he doesn't even know me, he's making a first date, all that effort. Before that, before the theater, actually, we went for. He wanted some tea because it was cold, and I wanted some juice. We just sat, started talking, and then afterwards, yeah, we went to the theater. We watched it together. We didn't even talk that much, actually. Yeah.
Not before the theater.
Yeah, but it was
Mhm.
just nice, just chilled, and he looks good. That was also a
Yeah.
plus point that he
Yeah.
looks handsome.
Yes.
So I just, yeah, we enjoyed. I had like a wonderful date, to be honest. And you know what?
We both had.
Yeah, afterwards, I had never done this before. Like I said, I've dated, I'm very choosy, but I'd never done this before. I wrote it in my diary. I'm saying, I think I just met my husband.
Mhm.
Yeah, I wrote it in my diary. I remember the day on April the 16th.
15th.
The 15th.
The
Okay, still,
15th.
I remember the day afterwards.
Mhm. Yes, yes.
Okay,
So
but
practically, that's how I met. But I wasn't just meeting a person or a girl there. I was meeting this wonderful, beautiful, and natural girl who made her way from Zimbabwe to Germany on her own, who knows what she wants, who is honest and genuinely, and she amazed me with her smile practically. And yes, that's how our story began.
yeah, that was how
Mhm.
our beautiful story began. Yeah, I was just someone who knew what she wanted, and I wasn't going to compromise, even though you look like this. I
Mm.
wasn't going to compromise anything. I knew like what I wanted from the get-go. That's what led to our breakup. Because
Mm.
on the second day
That
we
was
broke
not a
up.
breakup. It was just a pause, a little pause, technically.
Really?
Yes, yes.
Okay, we'll tell you about the pose and what happened afterwards.
Yeah,
And
maybe
what,
next time.
yeah, next time. And what happened when I told him about the lobola, like the Rora
Mm.
situation in Zimbabwe and his reaction and everything like that. But yeah, I feel like it was the first date was like the most. It was like the kickstart of everything. Yeah, you like literally just swept me off my feet like from the get go.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what I did.
Yeah, but like afterwards I became, yeah, well, I'm going to tell you. We're going to tell you more. But if you enjoyed the video, just like, share, comment if you want to.
Yes, and
And
yeah, thank you for watching, of course. Have a nice day.
yeah,
Mhm.
bye.
Bye, everyone.